Rainbow Six Siege is just not the game that it used to be. If you've played it in any amount over the last few years, especially if you've been around since the early seasons, you already know this. The pacing is different, the meta is constantly seesawing, you have, cheaters running rampant, etc. I could probably keep going on, but the point of this video is not to complain about Rainbow Six Siege, because I'm sure you guys have plenty of first-hand experience and are all too familiar. So this video is going to be about what other games are out there for you to play if you are sick of Rainbow Six Siege. Because for some reason, people think that they have to continuously make themselves suffer through this game, but that's not the case. There's plenty of other really great games on the market right now, or that are coming out really soon. You have your fast-paced arena shooters, you have your gritty tactical shooters, and of course everything in between. And I put together just a short list for you guys to take a look at here in this video, so let's get started. I want to begin with Fragpunk because I feel like this game deserves way more love than it is currently getting. Fragpunk is a hero-based 5v5 shooter developed by Bad Guitar Studios. It's one of my favorite, shooter games right now, and what sets it apart is the mechanic called shard cards. You can think of them like modifiers. You pick a card before each round, and it changes the way your abilities, or even the rules of the game, work for that round. Some of them make time move differently, some turn the floor into ice, some literally turn your bullets into bouncing projectiles. It sounds chaotic, but it just adds a layer of unpredictability and fun that's hard to describe until you play the game. And with that unpredictability, of course, means that the game stays fresh and it doesn't feel too repetitive. The art style is definitely vibrant. It's a little bit of like a Valorant Apex Legends hybrid, I guess, but it definitely feels like its own game. It's fast, it's flashy, and even though it's not trying to be Siege or a Siege replacement, it is definitely really fun in its own regard. And even if you're not a hero shooter player, I think it really feels more like a pure shooter game rather than a hero shooter. Like it gives me more of a CS:GO vibe than anything else, just at its core, because of course everything you throw on top of it makes it nothing like CS:GO, but best of all, Fragpunk is free to play on both Xbox and PC. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, you have Ready or Not, which everybody knows about this game. If you're someone who plays Rainbow Six Siege for the, tension and realism and tactical side of the game, Ready or Not might be the game that you've actually been looking for all along. It is a tactical first-person shooter developed by Void Interactive, and it puts you in the boots of a SWAT team leader responding to high-risk situations with hostage rescues, bomb threats, active shooters, the whole deal. What makes Ready or Not so special is its commitment to realism. It's not about running and gunning like how Siege is turned into. It's actually kind of what Siege was originally intended to be, in a way. There's slow, methodical movement, there's coordination, there's consequences. It forces you to think and plan and work as a team. And there's so many awesome aspects of this game. Like, if a suspect isn't using deadly force, then of course you can't shoot them. And if you do, if you mess it up, it can screw up your whole mission. It can make your teammates resign. It's honestly so much that goes into this game that it could require its own individual video. But Ready or Not is currently available on PC and console and is priced at $50, which is a really great deal for a game as polished as this one. Next up, let's talk about The Finals, which is no longer a new game by any means, but I still think it is underappreciated. Developed by Embark Studios, The Finals is a free-to-play, team-based competitive shooter with an insane focus on environmental destruction and movement. Imagine a game where you can literally blow up half the map to open a new path to the objective. You have walls collapsing, you have bridges falling, entire buildings coming down, objectives moving. It's all part of the fast-paced and chaotic strategy. You're playing as contestants on like a game show style arena. Teams are competing to grab cash and extract it in the middle of this very, fast-paced, physics-driven world. It's loud, it's wild, it's very, very fun. Think Apex Legends meets Battlefield Destruction meets a little bit of like Splatoon energy, weirdly enough, and it definitely works. And I think Siege players will love this game because, one, I love this game, and I guess I'm a primary source. And two, because there's such an insanely high skill ceiling. Like, you can get really, really good at this game and set yourself apart from other players in competitive play. And of course, that's something that is comparable to Rainbow. It's available on all platforms and again, completely free to play. So if you're tired of like the super serious tactical vibe of Siege and want something that's still competitive but just in a different font and also absolutely ridiculous, then the Finals is definitely your go-to. Now let's look to the future just a little bit, because Battlefield 6 is one of the most highly anticipated shooters on the horizon. Of course, with such a big name like Battlefield and a big studio like EA. Of course, there were missteps with Battlefield 2042, but it looks like EA and DICE are going all in on bringing the franchise back to its roots. We don't have every detail yet, but we are in the middle of gameplay trailers and combat trailers and everything else. But what we do know is that this next Battlefield installment is aiming to recapture the massive scale warfare that made the series famous in the first place, much more Battlefield 4-esque, while also refining the gunplay, destruction, and class systems that fans have been asking for. So the game takes place in a modern setting, I believe it's New York, and it will have a single-player campaign, which I am very excited for. Obviously, a title like this won't be free, but there is a chance it ends up on Game Pass for all the Xbox players out there with, EA's partnership with Microsoft. It kind of just seems like Microsoft is taking over everything, but the game is supposed to release in October of this year with a rumored open beta coming out in the next few weeks. And then another upcoming title that I am ecstatic for and is generating some serious hype is Arc Raiders, also from Embark Studios, but unlike the Finals, which is pure PvP, Arc Raiders is more of a PvE co-op experience set in a retro-futuristic world where humanity is under siege by alien machines. Sounds cliche, but it looks really, really good. You and your squad play as resistance fighters, battling off waves of enemies in an open, war-torn environment. It kind of gives me Destiny vibes just a little bit. Truthfully, I didn't get the chance to play the beta, so I'm waiting for the game all the same as you guys. But from what I did see, the gameplay is third person with a heavy emphasis on teamwork, resource management, and using the environment to your advantage. And the visuals are stunning with next-gen lighting and particle effects and physics-based explosions and all of that. The price is unknown, but it sounds like it's probably going to be a $40 price tag. And it is launching on PC, PS5, and Xbox on October 30th of this year. Just a couple of honorable mentions here. Arma Reforger is another great one that's not new at all, but it's really popular, and you would like it if you like that realistic, slow burn military sim kind of thing. And then, of course, you have games like Marvel Rivals and Apex Legends and things like that, but you already know about those, so I wasn't going to waste your time with them. But what's your guys' thoughts on Siege or your favorite non-Siege game right now? I'd love to talk with you guys about it down in the comments, and let me know any games that I missed. Besides for that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.